The short friend does not get bullied as much as the guy that gets picked on.
Usually me. I was the quiet kid, but like I was so quiet, I was easy to touch, like I was easy to pick on, I was easy to mess with. Man, I didn't know what to say back. I was just the quiet dude trying to have peace, and people kept bothering me for no reason. What's up guys, the NTR here, and today we have a video called Types of Friends in Every Friend Group by Birdie. Goodness man, the kind of friend I was, oh man, I don't know if he's gonna talk about it, but I'm not gonna lie, I was the really quiet kid in the friend group. You know, what you call the outcast, you know? I don't know, to this day, sometimes I still feel like that, but I know I'm really not. But I just feel like I've always been the quiet kid. I don't know why. I just it's not my fault I don't talk much. I might talk about it more as the video goes on, if he talks about it, which I feel like he might. If he doesn't, then I'll give more info about that later. But I can really relate to a lot of people in the friend group that I've been around. The cool one, the leader, you know, the nerdy one. You know, I was the nerdy one too, but I was also like the quiet kid. Not like, you know, that kind of quiet kid, just the quiet kid in general. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. I'm really curious to see what this is like.
The friend group, a very diverse place. There are many different types of friends and even many different types of friend groups. Now, in order for the group to function correctly, you need all of these types of friends. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. The chemistry of them together just makes up the full friend group. And without it,
Oh, like
I mean,
types
it
of
would
friend
just
groups.
be boring. Like,
I like
who
different
else
types
are
of
we going to make
friends
fun of?
in the
Okay,
friend
I'm just
groups?
kidding. And if these friends didn't all have varying personality,
Oh, types of friends in every group. Okay, so not types of friend groups, types of friends in every group. Quiet, introverted,
shit, we would just
ambitious, aggressive. Now I feel like I was more of the quiet and introverted. I mean, I am introverted. I'm just, you know, people think introvert, extrovert, like, oh, you're just very quiet. Oh, you're loud, so you're extroverted. No, introverted. I just prefer to have more time by myself. You know, I get more energy by myself, and that doesn't mean I don't want to meet people. You know, if I meet people, hey,
all the same. And in my life, I've been a part of a few
not
friend
a
groups.
talker,
And the
like, you know,
person that I
as much.
came across most frequently,
Unless they make me feel very comfortable, then it depends. The chemistry has to work.
the short friend. Now, this kid is
short
like
friend.
5'4", 5'5", and he already stopped growing. And if you are this kid, I feel bad for you. I don't know how many times I've heard a short kid get violated for their height, or even rejected by their crush. Like, it's just tough. And it sucks because they can't even do anything about it. That's the way they were born, or, well, they could get fucking height surgery, get metal rods inserted into their leg. But nobody wants to do that because it's dangerous, and it's sad that people are resorting to goddamn height surgery now. I'd much rather get clowned for being short than have a metal rod permanently inserted into my leg. That's crazy. But, you know, the short friend does not get bullied as much as the guy that gets picked on.
Usually me. I was the quiet kid, but like I was so quiet, I was easy to touch, like I was easy to pick on, I was easy to mess with. Man, I didn't know what to say back. I was just the quiet dude trying to have peace, and people kept bothering me for no reason.
We all got that one guy in the friend group that just gets violated, no matter what he does. All right, he can drink water in a certain way,
I feel
and
bad for
he's
him the
getting
most.
Violated. Now,
Also the short people. Hey, I don't care if they're short. I don't care if they're 5'4". If they got a kind heart, that's all that matters. I don't care if they're 5'4". People that are short, hey, shout out to y'all.
it's one thing to just joke around with your friends, but sometimes people take shit way too far. And you know, there's a certain line where you don't cross. But sometimes you just gotta roast them. You did something that you can't go without pointing out. And sometimes I'm the kid that gets roasted, and it is what it is. And in some groups, you just have to accept that you're gonna get roasted more often. When there's nothing to joke about, you
Or you can just leave the group and find a better group. I mean, damn.
are the guy that they're gonna cook. They'll roast the short guy for about 2.5 seconds, then they're on to you. There's absolutely no escaping it. Unless you're the gamer. This person is always playing games. At every function, he's on his phone playing games. And he always has sauce for new games. Yo, what game are you playing? I'm playing this game called War Thunder. Oh, cool. How much is it? War Thunder is a free-to-play epic military act.
Is this your sponsor? Let me see if this is a sponsor. Is this a sponsor? It is a sponsor. That's a W sponsor. Hey, that's good. Good for you. But I kind of got to react to the actual video. But hey, good for you.
Android using the link in the description. Thank you, War Thunder, for sponsoring today's video. The Big Back. This guy is going through the fridge every second he can.
Gosh,
invite him to your house, everything in your fridge will be gone. Now, this guy doesn't necessarily have to have a big back. He could just be that guy that eats a whole ass gourmet meal while he's at your house. I guess the big back, it could be physically or metaphorically speaking. Like if you and your friends just whip up.
Or the kid is always eating a bunch of food and they never gain weight. I'm like, you still 140 pounds and you eat a bunch of food. They never gain weight. They look. I'm like, damn, I wish I was like that.
So expect like 1/4 of it to be gone. And now the 6 of you have to split the rest of it. Every group has one, or maybe not every group, but most groups have one. And of course, he is always the first person to mention food without fail. Now, some people in the group have assigned roles. It doesn't matter if anybody says you have that role. It's just an unspoken thing. You automatically have the role, the group leader. Now, the
Oh
group
my
leader is
goodness.
always the guy that dictates what's going on. If the group leader's not showing up, nobody's showing up, which is crazy glaze. Like, I don't understand how somebody could just glaze the group leader to this degree. They're acting like this kid has the entire friend group on his back, and if he drops the ball, the group is finished, all right? It's over. The group chat.
I'm not gonna lie. My best friend, and I know you're watching this because you be watching my stuff. So if you're watching this, hey, I thought you were most likely the friend leader in middle school. Like mostly, if he wasn't there, the group was not assembled. I'm telling you, barely. We had like 2 leader in party chats, leader in other stuff. I'm like, it's always you. But you're a good leader, so I feel like you'd be good at it.
It's abandoned for 2 years.
You're just
But
good at
seriously though, if everybody actually showed up to the plans without the group leader, the friend group would be so much stronger. Seriously, why does the quote-unquote group leader have to be there? That's stupid.
Yeah, he
And
doesn't have
also,
to.
some people literally ask the group leader for permission to ask the group to go somewhere.
Okay, I never
the whole
did that.
group leader thing
We
was
never
a
did that.
TikTok trend a while ago. I
Yeah.
think it was like a couple years ago now.
It's funny.
But it's crazy that friend groups
that One Village?
actually operate like this. The group parent. Everybody has a group parent.
The
Now,
group
this is
parent.
the person that's responsible for everybody in the friend group. And they try to keep an eye on everybody and make sure they don't do anything stupid. And you know, sometimes
Those people right there, they're gonna be good parents when they get older. They're
I
gonna be good
am the
parents.
group parent. I have to step up and make sure nobody does some dumb shit. Because otherwise, nobody is stepping up. So
Yeah.
I just have to be the one to do it sometimes. Like a certain
But that's a good
scenario
thing, though.
where you're the group parent. Say you're the designated driver, and all your friends are drunk in the back seat. Dude, what did that thing do?
Don't press it.
Oh no. Why don't you try?
Dead.
Then you gotta walk them to their house, make sure they don't fall over. At this point, you are the babysitter. If you get selected as the designated driver that night, you're cooked. It's pretty much like going to a party sober.
Yeah.
Next up, we got
But that says a lot about that person too. Like if they're good at that, they might be good parents when they get older though. Like you do that in the friend group. Imagine with actual kids that you have one day. You're gonna be a good parent. Like I'm telling you, that actually it pays well. It plays a good role in like the real world besides the friend group.
got the bum. Now, the bum always wants to stay inside and never go out. It's a pain in the ass trying
not
to
me, I'm
drag
just
him
a
out of the
homebody.
house. He always wants to stay inside and watch TV and never hang out with his friends. And
Oh,
the
okay, well, that's
only
different.
parties
I'm not
he's
like
going to is Xbox parties. I can't sit here and lie, act like I went to parties.
duck.
I did not go to parties. Only place you'll see him is at either school or work. He's always got D1 excuses crafted up as to why he's not making it. And I feel like this
I used to make excuses like that too. Oh my gosh. Like, are you trying to hang out? I'm like, oh no. I mean, I'm kind of busy. And a friend of mine, he knows. I'm like, man, you always think you busy. See, I'm tired of these excuses. I'm not gonna lie, I used to make excuses. I was like, what, 16? Like 15 or 16? And I never went over a friend's house before, so he was trying to get me over there to like chill and stuff, like after school. But I never wanted to. I guess I had so much anxiety growing up. See, now I go over friends' houses now, but and the first time I've been over a friend's house was in 12th grade. 2019.
image right here of the yeet meal is more
Heck is the yeet
believable
meal?
than this dude's excuses. Like, they're just trash every single time. This kid will say some shit like, "Oh, sorry guys, my hamster died." What hamster? You never even had a hamster. Next, we have the scroller. This dude will
scroller?
not put his phone down, no matter what. If you're playing a game with him on Xbox, you will hear the TikTok audio coming through the mic. And no matter what's going on,
Hit with them iPhone, the tablet. I'm like, can you just put that on mute? Like, please.
at the function.
I'm
I
like
mean, if
texting all
everyone
in my
else is
ear.
on their phone, that's one thing. But if you guys are doing some kind of activity, like, I don't know, throwing the football around in the
Right.
backyard, and then this kid's just sitting on his phone scrolling, that's another. It doesn't matter what's happening. This kid's always got his phone out. And now, me personally, I need to do a better job at that as well. You know, I gotta stay off my phone at the functions. I can't just sit there and scroll endlessly. I'm there to spend time with people. The comedian, this guy.
No, like I remember growing up playing on the Wii, like, you know, Super Mario Bros. For the Wii. We'd be playing it, and my older brother, I look over, I'm like, why aren't you playing? He on his phone talking about some. I'm like, come on, man. We were trying to beat this stage, and every time I see you, I'm like, you know, I gotta put you in a bubble now. I gotta bubble you because we gonna go through this.
Guy's got jokes
That was
every
so much
single
fun.
time, no
Like, I
matter
was like
what.
10.
He's always coming up with new jokes. And this guy's just naturally funny. He doesn't have to like really think hard about his jokes. They'll just randomly pop up in his brain. And sometimes
Yeah.
even the comedian
They're just
just
naturally funny at that
existing
point.
is funny. He doesn't necessarily have to be telling jokes. Now, sometimes in friend groups, of course, there is a wannabe comedian.
Yeah.
And now the wannabe comedian is trash. He tries way too hard to be funny when in reality, you cannot force being funny. The funny moments in the friend group will just naturally happen. If you guys have great chemistry, it's just gonna go really well. Next, we got the person that's always in drama. No matter what,
Goodness.
every time they pull up to the group meetup. Let's just say, for instance, it was a girl's friend group. This person comes over and she's like, oh my God, Michaela is such a bitch. I can't believe this.
That's
And everybody
toxic.
else in the group is like, okay, settle your damn beef with Michaela. This is like the 5th time we heard about this
Right.
week. And now a couple of years ago, I had a
That's toxic. That's toxic behavior. Like, man, I'd rather have friends talk good about you behind your back than talk mean behind you. Like, honestly, I'll take that any day.
coworker that was always in drama, and she would tell me about it all the time, or sometimes she would tell other employees and they would tell me,
gets
and I was
exhausting.
just thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, how many times is this girl in some kind of drama? And the crazy part is,
And the crazy part is, if they're talking crap about somebody else to your face, they're probably talking crap about you to somebody else's face, which is what they usually are doing.
she was complaining about being in drama when
the
she
fries in
was
the bag,
clearly
bro.
the one causing it. The slob,
doing?
all right? This dude is a complete
up?
mess, okay? No matter what, this dude will leave his wrappers on the floor, or sometimes the floor gets more food than he does. And when you go to this guy's house, you know what? It's time to enter his humble abode. It's very messy. It looks like an episode of Hoarders in there, so
Like that
I don't
P dude
know.
everybody
I'd
talking about?
advise not going
I
to
started
this
reacting
kid's
to it.
house. Maybe the
But I
whole
already saw it.
Hoarders episode thing was an exaggeration, but you get my point. Sometimes my room gets messy, and it is what it is. But if I got people coming over, I just have to clean my room. It's an obligation. Or hell, make sure the whole goddamn house is clean. Especially if it's like a girl that you like going to your house for the very first time, you gotta make sure that shit's clean. Not a single fucking crumb on the ground. That place has gotta be spotless. And even when my friends are coming over, you know, I gotta make sure the area we're in is clean. Because to me, I don't know, it just feels embarrassing. Like just having a messy ass room.
Goodness.
Speaking of messy room, I gotta clean my room after this video's done. My room's starting to look a little bit like Asmund Gold's room, you know, I gotta get to it. Alright, it's
Wow.
not that bad, but you get the idea. The
How bad
smart
is it-
kid. Alright, when it's time for schoolwork to get done, everyone in the group is relying on the smart kid. The smart kid is just acing his
How'd they do it
classes
themselves?
without even trying. I don't know, school just comes natural to him. He's just
just
a
gifted.
beast in the making. And you bet your ass the classes I had with the smart kid, I was always asking for help because I was a dumbass. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how I passed a lot of my classes, to be totally honest with you. Classes like biology, I just absolutely sucked in. Like, I barely passed.
least you got help
at a
instead of
school
cheating.
that's pretty much impossible to fail. And as for a little added bonus, we were on Zoom for half the year,
Oh,
and I
man.
still almost failed. So
I'm glad I graduated before that Zoom stuff. I graduated 2019. I'm glad I got out of there before that happened because my anxiety would not have me on those Zoom.
you bet your ass I was asking people for help. And especially the
Yeah, that's
moment
not
I went to
bad.
college, they started adding letters and math. Like, I was just done for. I needed
Greek
the
letters.
smart friend in my group to clutch up for me, or else I was definitely not passing. The
I taught myself trigonometry. Let me see. Do I have it somewhere? The notebook or something? Yep. Yep. My handwriting is not so good. I know it's tiny, but still though, I don't know why. One day I was like, you know what? Let me just teach myself some trigonometry. So I like looked it up and got the basics down with the whole cosine. So I don't know. I got bored that day. I was like, you know, I might as well just teach myself some tips. Stuttering again. You know what I meant.
friend with the crazy roster. This dude's got a whole roster of
roster?
girls just waiting for him to
my
text them.
gosh.
How does he do it? I have no idea.
like 80
It seems like
snaps.
every fucking week this guy's got plans on top of plans with different girls. I don't know how he does it. I don't know if it's the fact that I can't keep up with that lifestyle, or I just
Probably not.
suck
I
at
can't.
talking to girls. Maybe both. The guy
Same.
locks in for the group. The ghost. You don't know where
Oh,
he
man.
is. He's been off the map for like half a year.
We've had
now
that.
they're that
We've had
one
one.
person that's just always missing from the group. And it'll just come back randomly like, oh, hey, I just took a 6-month trip to Fiji, but I'm back. He's
To
just that guy
Fiji.
with all the side quests and side missions. I don't even know what he's doing half the time. He could
takes him half a year to do the main mission because he's grinding out there.
At the coolest lore on Earth, and we have no idea. The Crash Out. All right, this guy's always mad about something. Could just be raging at a video game or just anything, honestly. Or sometimes if you're really unlucky, if this dude gets completely pissed off, he'll just start throwing punches. And people in the group got to get ready to hold him back. And I'm sure you can count on more than one hand the amount of times he has broken stuff in your house. It's just a given. If you have a Crash Out friend, he's going to smash a controller, punch a hole in the wall, or who knows, even worse. As soon as the switch is flipped for him, there is no controlling his anger. The therapist. And now
the therapist, though, he just said the therapist. My best friend. He's a therapist. I'm telling you, he would be a good therapist, but I feel like he would need a therapist too, though.
Guy or girl, whoever it is there in the friend group. This person just magically solves all the problems in the friend group. I don't know how they do it. It is
you, if you're watching this, yep, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's just a crazy talent. Or they're just that person to go to when shit gets rough. And if the problem lies throughout the friend group, they will mediate the problem. Because sometimes, bro, in the friend group, shit can get awkward. Especially if it's a big friend group.
Like that
or
sometimes.
If it's a friend group with guys and girls, two people break up in the friend group and shit can get really awkward. But yeah, click on the end screen to watch my part 1 about types of friends in the group. Just click on it.
The worst types of friends. Damn. I'm gonna have to think about watching that one. That might be next. I want to see the worst types. But that's gonna be the end of this video. I wish we talk about the more like the quiet kids, because I was the quiet one. I was the so-called outcast, the one that always got picked on and just try to be chill with everybody. Like I'm not very quiet because I'm introverted. Like, man, I'll talk about it some other time. You know, it gets a little deeper than that, like mental wise, like on the spectrum wise. So I'll get into that some other time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any other videos that I upload. And keep it chill. And until next time, peace out.